All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we will be diving into the crypto gaming markets today as we're seeing the markets really take a hit. Obviously, the buy the rumor, sell the news is really playing out. We're seeing Ethereum over 20% down for the week, Bitcoin taking a 15% hit. We'll kind of go over my market thesis. It hasn't really changed much. I think that we're in for a little bit more pain, but we're starting to get some pretty appealing prices, and I'll kind of give you some ranges that I'm looking at as far as valuations and potential prices on the top projects that I'm really looking to unload, especially if it plays out as slow. Remember, these markets take a while. It takes a while for a bull to build up. It also takes a while for a bear to play out. So this time period could be quite played out as far as the time span. So we'll talk about my market thesis, and we'll also get into massive esports coming into Web3 and the amount of exposure, money, and eyes this can bring to the space. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't a play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, let's get right into it. Be sure to drop down and like the video if you enjoy the video, if you get value out of the video, or if you are bullish on the crypto gaming industry, just like I am, and subscribe to the channel for videos here every single day on Crypto Banter. And shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game: Animoca Brands, the biggest Web3 gaming company in the world; Unix Gaming, one of the leading Web3 gaming infrastructures in the entire blockchain, as well as MEXC, the official exchange of the In the Game show. You can hit the description down below for links to all of our sponsorship platforms. So let's go ahead and dive into really some major news to start off this show that occurred over the weekend as we see Faze Clan joining the Sandbox. Now, this isn't a new partnership, so to speak, but it was a new announcement with them coming into Faze world. So they're going to have their own very own interactive world. And if you know anything about Faze, I could totally see them doing up some Sandbox style Call of Duty maps, like quick scoping style mini games. And you know the Sandbox is going to be very collaborative with them to do this. So seeing Faze come into Web3 at this level, building something within the Sandbox like this, I think is very valuable to see, as their former partnership announcement with Sandbox is actually going to be a full-blown experience where you can go in there and potentially one day maybe talk to Faze banks inside a Sandbox. Like, they'll think of the meet and greet, how easy that is to do inside of the metaverse, right? So there's a lot of potentials here for content creators to touch base with their audience in Web3. And I think Faze Clan is a fantastic player to be getting involved, because when you look at Faze Clan, well, let's just click on their Twitter profile, for example, you know, with this many followers, 5.7 million followers, you know, personalities like Faze banks, like Nick Merckx, like Temper. There's so many people under the Faze. I mean, swag is huge. Faze rug is huge. So this is massive for me. And I think that if we see more engagement on the Web2 esports side of things in the industry, that adoption curve could really shorten. And we're seeing it right in front of our eyes with Guild of Guardians. You know, we've seen NRG Esports on their list of partners for a long time on their website, but then we see them fully dive in. Guild of Guardians, in a bid to save Elderium, Guild of Guardians unites with the biggest names in esports. We're talking about 6 of the top 10 evaluated companies in all of esports: Team Liquid, Fnatic, SK Gaming, NRG, T1, Cloud9. These are massive orgs. I mean, Cloud9 has 1 million followers. T1 is close to 1 million followers. These are massive organizations with a lot of content pull. So the biggest thing for me here is the amount of exposure it could bring to the space. If you see your favorite content creator creating content on Guild of Guardians or on Dr. Disrespect's game, etc., whenever that hits the mainstream, people like to play the same games that their favorite content creators play. If there's Faze skins in these games, if there's Fnatic skins, T1, Cloud9, like that will sell off the shelves, because these things have these orgs have fan bases. These content creators have fan bases, and their fan bases love to play the same games that their favorite personalities and content creators play. So this is a massive step in the industry. And when you're looking at just the esports valuations across the board, you know, TSM's worth 400 million. You see Cloud9 here, who was coming into Web3, worth about 350 million. Team Liquid. And the list goes on and on. We see Faze, who this is, 3 times undervalued now. They just went public and reached almost $1 billion valuation. Faze currently is actually valued more than the Miami Marlins and the Detroit Red Wings. So, I mean, Faze is evaluated more than some sports franchises at this point, which is absolutely ridiculous what the Faze guys have built for what started as literally like a culture quick scoping clan back in the day to now a full-blown culture brand, which if they infiltrate Web3, guys, this could be massive. Think metaverse wearables. Every fan of Faze, every fan of 100 Thieves, etc., they're going to be buying their favorite content packs, favorite team packs. Like, this has so much potential. So very bullish for the industry. And let's talk a little bit about the markets. We'll dive into a little bit of how our thesis is playing out with the buy the rumor, sell the news. And guys, it's really like, I hate coming on the show and having to spew the same market thesis over and over, but at the same time, we're watching it play out. And I'll go back to what we saw last week. Altcoin Psycho tweeted that having no position is a position, guys. That is taking a position. You are trying to increase your cash flow. You're trying to increase your stable coins, and you're just getting ready for these dips. I mean, we're seeing it play out with Ethereum down 20%. Polygon's finally taking a dip. And I say that, very happily, because I want to load up. That is my #1 accumulation in this next cycle, based on the, just the sheer partnerships that Polygon is bringing in. They just brought in Disney. They just brought in Starbucks with a loyalty program. They have Dr. Disrespect's game. They have Meta. There's so many massive brands coming to Polygon that this is not going away. The market cap is super healthy when you look at the diluted versus the normal market cap. This is definitely my #1 accumulation, but we're not at that time period yet, and we're not at that price level yet. I think that a lot of the price movement we saw, Polygon was probably the most bullish altcoin during the bear market. We saw it 3x from 30 cents to $1. And now I think it's going to take a pretty aggressive tumble here, because that announcements still kind of fade off just because of just the way that the market moves. Things move quickly, narratives move quickly. Polygon's going to kind of get back in that normal valuated range after it really 3x. We just saw it 3x in the bear market. I think that once this gets in those 60, 50 cent range, if we see 50 cents anywhere near there on Polygon, based on the market cap, this is a project that's here to stay. And based on other projects, I mean, this is valuated less than Dogecoin. So when I look at the utility and the use cases of Polygon in the future, definitely my #1 accumulation coin, looking like during this bear market. But like I said, it's not the time yet to start setting those DCAs, because I do think this is going to take a while to play out, guys. It took a long time for us to go from 67 to 50 to 40 to 30 to 20 to where we are today. This market has played out over, we're in September. It's almost been a year. And 2 months, it's been a year since the bull run ended. Like, we're almost 1 year into a bearish market. The market has completely taken a tumble for almost a year, if you look at the trajectory from last Thanksgiving. So I think we could still have 6 to 12 to 18 months left. And a lot of these traditional markets reset 12 to 18 months apart, like the real estate market, stock market, etc. So there's a lot of things that play into this. But with these projects and with my philosophy, I've been preaching this. Just keep doing your research, know what you want to unload on, and know the use cases and utility coming to these blockchains like Solana. Like, Solana might have its flaws now, but at $31 at this valuation, the fully diluted is not crazy. I think that with Star Atlas, we talked to Honeyland on Friday, fantastic project. There's a lot of big name games that are not here yet, but in the future on Solana. And that's kind of the same with like Polygon, IMX, as far as a blockchain goes. A lot of their products that are coming to the chain are in the future. You have a lot to look forward to with these narratives and with these chains. So I think that, coming out of this, Polygon, Solana will definitely be winners if you are to play it safe, sit on your hands for a while, accumulate those stable coins, and then be ready to DCA into these when they get at those comfortable ranges. Like I said, like if Polygon gets in this low 60 cents, 50 cent ranges, 40 cent ranges, I'm going to really start DCAing and taking that comfortable position that I know that Polygon's here to stay for years and years to come. Same with projects like Ultra, which I think are going to be here to stay, which are in that mid cap range. You know, like you have to have, I'll say it again, top level high caps, mid risk mid caps, high risk low caps. And this is definitely the time to continue doing your research on those mid caps, eliminating the ones that are falling off, because once again, if we have another 6 to 12 months of a bearish climate, some of these projects will run out of runway. But we just saw Ultra, for example, launch their marketplace. They have Ultra games coming around the corner. There's just so much baked in for projects like Ultra, for projects like Gala, which once again, taking a huge tumble. We're almost down 20% on Gala this week, from 5 cents to almost 4 cents flat. And I think that Gala, for example, has a long way to fall when you look at the market cap to the fully diluted. So in a bearish climate, that is not a good looking chart, for example, but I think in a bearish climate, it's going to be really hard for projects with these type of tokenomics to thrive. And I think in a bullish market, obviously a project like Gala, even with the dilution in the market cap, is going to be super strong. But you need to tread carefully with some of these projects and the market caps, just because how volatile they can be in a bearish climate. Something to always take note of, because I just want to make one example. When you look at something that tokenomics are going to play a massive effect, I've talked about it before with ImmutableX. ImmutableX is starting their unlocks. There's going to be I think the diluted market cap is about 8 to 7x times or even more than the normal market cap, the circulating market cap, and their unlocks are about to begin right now. But let's talk about another one, just for an example purposes, just with tokenomics, that if it's not in a bullish climate, I don't really see how the token is going to do anything positive whatsoever, which is Illuvium. Illuvium's token, when you just look at the valuation, when you look at the diluted market cap, it's over 15 times. That's about a 15 times from market cap to fully diluted. There are a lot of unlocks to come. And when you look at this, you know, from all-time highs to now, I think that the unlocks are going to crush tokens like this in a climate like this. You know, and projects and coins are different things. I'm super bullish on ImmutableX. I'm super bullish on Illuvium. But the show is here to teach you how to do your research, to teach you how to vet projects in these bearish periods, and how to build your watch list, because I feel like I've been saying build your watch list for months at this point. But that's really the tried and true thing. Like, understand, if the tokens all dilute out of these projects, right? If the unlocks play out and we're still in a bear market, then obviously Illuvium and ImmutableX become massive buys. But in a climate like this, bearish, and they're unlocking tokens like crazy, and the diluted market cap is just a little unreasonable, then you have to take that step back and really let that play out. And we have time, guys. We have time. Your top projects could have all their token unlocks by the time that we go bullish, for all that we know, right? It's going to be very hard to pick the bottom. But what I will be doing, for example, is judging valuations and judging projects that I know are here for 3, 5, 10 years to come or more. And with the integrations and partnerships with these top projects like Polygon, like Ultra, like Solana, like Gala, like Vulcan Forge, I really like Super Farm as like a low to mid cap. Phantasma, I still have a high conviction on. I know a lot of people ask me about Phantasma in the comments, and leave some comments down below on your thoughts on the market, your favorite gaming altcoins. I'll answer some comments down below over the next couple hours after the show. I really like doing that, and it seems like you guys like asking some questions about your favorite altcoins, and I will let you know my thoughts, their runway, and the potential in the future, in my opinion. Be sure to drop down and like the video, subscribe to the show for more videos here every single day on the channel. As mentioned, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm letting this market play out. And I really think that we're in for a lot more pain, given everything that we laid out in this video. Whether it's 6, 12, 18 months, we're going to have to really play this smart. We'll be with you the entire way here on In the Game. I'll be back tomorrow with a very special interview with one of the top projects in Web3 gaming, with 2 major IP games coming up with Warner Music, as well as Major League Soccer. You don't want to miss it. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be back then. As always, play well, my friends.